If you're over 60 and still doing the same leg exercises that everyone recommends, you may actually be making your legs weaker instead of stronger. That sounds surprising, but what you're about to learn could completely change the way you think about leg strength and mobility as you age. Over the years, one common issue has appeared again and again among older adults. It isn't age, genetics, or even past injuries. It's performing the wrong exercises in the wrong order. Many people spend time and effort exercising without realizing they're missing the movements that matter most. Research has shown that leg strength plays a major role in overall health and longevity. In one long-term study of adults over 65, those with the weakest legs faced a significantly higher risk of early death compared to those with moderate leg strength. Even more encouraging, researchers found that targeted leg strengthening exercises could reverse much of that risk in as little as 12 weeks. That means it's never too late to start improving your strength. One of the most effective exercises for aging legs is something many older adults rarely do. In fact, it's often overlooked, despite evidence showing that it can activate substantially more muscle fibers than traditional exercises. Before getting to that, it's important to understand another powerful movement that deserves a place in any leg strengthening routine. A seated leg press performed with a slow, controlled tempo may seem simple, but it works differently than most people realize. Many individuals push the weight away and immediately bring it back without much thought. The real benefit comes from slowing down the lowering phase, a technique known as eccentric loading. As we age, the body's ability to build and repair muscle naturally declines. This process, often referred to as anabolic resistance, means muscles don't respond to exercise as efficiently as they once did. Because of this, older adults need a stronger stimulus to encourage muscle growth and maintenance. When the weight is lowered slowly over 4 to 6 seconds, the muscles experience greater mechanical tension. This tension is one of the primary signals that stimulates muscle protein synthesis. Studies have found that older adults using a slow, eccentric tempo gained significantly more leg muscle mass compared to those performing the same exercise at a normal speed. Consider the example of a 71-year-old woman who struggled to stand from a low chair without using her arms. She had become increasingly dependent on assistance for everyday activities. After several weeks of performing seated leg presses with a slow, lowering phase, she was able to stand independently again. Within a few months, she returned to walking regularly through her neighborhood, something she hadn't done comfortably in years. For those with access to a gym, a leg press machine can be used at a moderate resistance level. At home, a long resistance band looped around the feet while sitting in a sturdy chair can provide a similar effect. The movement should be performed 2 to 3 times per week, allowing at least 1 day of rest between sessions. Press outward in about 1 second, then return slowly over 4 to 6 seconds. 3 sets of 10 repetitions is a practical starting point. To maximize results, combining this exercise with a protein-rich meal or snack shortly after training may further support muscle recovery and growth. Exercise provides the stimulus, while protein supplies the building blocks the body needs to strengthen and repair muscle tissue. Another exercise that is often underestimated because of its simplicity is the standing heel raise. While it may look easy, performing it correctly can have a significant impact on lower leg strength, balance, and stability. Take a moment to think about your calf muscles. Most people rarely consider them when they think about building stronger legs, yet they play a crucial role in movement, circulation, and balance. In many ways, the calves function like a secondary pump for the body. Every time they contract, they help move blood back toward the heart against gravity. When calf muscles become weak, circulation can decline, balance can become less stable, and the risk of falls increases significantly. Research involving adults over 65 found that individuals with weaker calf strength experienced substantially higher rates of falls compared to those with stronger calves. Since falls remain one of the leading causes of injury and loss of independence among older adults, maintaining calf strength becomes far more important than many people realize. The problem is that the traditional heel raise is often performed too quickly to provide maximum benefit. As we age, both the Achilles tendon and the deeper calf muscles lose some of their elasticity and endurance capacity. Simply rising onto the toes and dropping back down rapidly does little to challenge these important tissues. A more effective approach is a controlled heel raise with a pause at the top of the movement, rising slowly, holding the contraction for several seconds, and lowering with control places the muscle under tension for a longer period. This encourages greater muscle activation and helps improve endurance and stability. Think of the calf muscle like a sponge. A quick movement barely compresses it, while a slow and deliberate contraction squeezes it completely. That sustained effort challenges the muscle more effectively and promotes important adaptations within the muscle cells, including improvements in the structures responsible for producing energy. To perform the exercise, stand behind a sturdy chair and lightly hold the back for balance if needed. Rise onto one foot, pause at the top for 3 seconds, then lower slowly over another 3 seconds. Complete 10 repetitions on each leg 3 times per week. If balancing on one leg feels too difficult initially, begin with both feet and gradually progress as your strength improves. For even better results, take a short walk before starting. Walking helps warm the muscles and tendons, increases blood flow, and prepares the lower legs for exercise, making the movement feel more comfortable and effective. The next exercise builds on this foundation and introduces an important element that many strength programs overlook. A simple step up can be beneficial, but adding a controlled knee drive at the top transforms it into a highly functional movement. This exercise strengthens the quadriceps, glutes, and hip flexors while simultaneously improving balance and coordination. It teaches the body to manage strength and stability together, which becomes increasingly important with age. As people grow older, communication between the brain and muscles naturally becomes slower and less efficient. The signals that once traveled quickly and clearly begin to lose some of their speed and precision. This decline contributes to slower reaction times, reduced balance, and a greater risk of stumbling or falling during everyday activities. The step up with knee drive directly challenges and improves this connection. Step onto a sturdy platform or low step, then drive the opposite knee upward toward the chest before returning to the starting position. This requires the nervous system to coordinate balance, strength, posture, and movement all at once. Because the exercise closely resembles movements used in daily life, it helps improve functional mobility while training the body to react more efficiently. Consistent practice can enhance coordination, strengthen key muscle groups, and improve confidence during walking, climbing, stairs, and other everyday activities. One older adult began noticing frequent stumbles on curbs and uneven surfaces. Although there had been no serious falls, several near misses within a short period raised concerns about balance and mobility. After incorporating step-ups with a controlled knee drive into a regular exercise routine, noticeable improvements appeared within a few weeks. Activities that once felt challenging became manageable again, and confidence in movement returned. To perform this exercise correctly, stand in front of a sturdy step or platform. Step up with one foot and, as you reach the top, drive the opposite knee upward until it reaches about hip height. Then, prsti pralan estu sti cresti. Then lower yourself back down with control. Alternate sides and perform 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions per leg 3 times per week. If balance is a concern, stand near a wall or stable support while building confidence. For additional benefits, many people find it helpful to perform this exercise earlier in the day when energy levels are often higher. Consistent practice can improve strength, coordination, and overall movement quality. The next exercise is often overlooked because its name sounds intimidating, but when performed correctly with light resistance, it can be one of the most effective movements for strengthening the lower body. The Romanian deadlift is not about lifting heavy weights. Instead, it focuses on improving the strength and function of the muscles along the backside of the body. To perform the movement, hold a pair of light dumbbells, a resistance band, or even household items such as water bottles. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Push your hips backward while keeping your back straight and your knees slightly bent. Lower the weights along the front of your legs until you feel a comfortable stretch in the back of your thighs. Then squeeze your glutes and return to a standing position. This exercise targets the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back, collectively known as the posterior chain. These muscles play a critical role in posture, walking, balance, and overall stability. Unfortunately, many common exercises place greater emphasis on the front of the thighs, causing the muscles at the back of the body to receive less attention. When the hamstrings and glutes become weak, the body often compensates in ways that place additional stress on the knees and lower back. Over time, this can contribute to discomfort, reduced mobility, and inefficient movement patterns. Strengthening the posterior chain helps create better balance throughout the lower body and improves the body's ability to handle everyday activities. Think of these muscles as the support system that keeps everything working smoothly. Strong muscles at the back of the body help stabilize the pelvis, protect the joints, and make walking feel more natural and efficient. Research has shown that exercises targeting the posterior chain can lead to significant improvements in walking speed, balance, and overall comfort during daily activities. Many older adults who consistently perform these movements report better mobility and greater confidence in their ability to stay active. One individual who had struggled with chronic knee discomfort for years experienced substantial improvement after regularly performing light Romanian deadlifts alongside healthy lifestyle changes. Over time, pain levels decreased dramatically, and activities that once felt difficult became much easier to manage. To perform the Romanian deadlift safely, stand with your feet hip-width apart and hold your weights in front of your thighs. Focus on pushing your hips backward rather than bending straight down. Imagine someone gently pulling your hips toward the wall behind you. Keep your back neutral throughout the movement and move only as far as you can comfortably maintain good form. Once you feel a stretch in the hamstrings, squeeze your glutes and return to standing. Keep your back straight with a natural curve in the lower spine as you lower the weights along the front of your legs. Continue until you feel a comfortable stretch in the back of your thighs. Pause briefly, then engage your glutes and drive your hips forward to return to a standing position. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, 2 to 3 times each week. To support recovery and muscle function, some people choose to combine their exercise routine with omega-3 fatty acids, commonly found in fish oil. Research suggests that omega-3s may help reduce age-related inflammation in muscle tissue, potentially improving the body's ability to respond to strength training and maintain muscle health over time. Now we come to one of the most effective yet overlooked exercises for maintaining leg strength and stability as we age. It requires no equipment, very little space, and is rarely included in traditional fitness programs despite its remarkable benefits. The exercise is the single leg wall sit with an offset hold. While it may appear simple, the physiological response it creates is surprisingly powerful. One of the major challenges of aging is the gradual loss of fast twitch muscle fibers. These fibers are responsible for quick, powerful movements and play a critical role in preventing falls. They allow the body to react rapidly when balance is suddenly disrupted, such as when tripping over an obstacle or stepping on an uneven surface. As these fibers decline with age, strength is affected, but so is reaction speed. Many common activities such as walking, cycling, and light resistance training primarily target slow-twitch endurance fibers. While those fibers are important, they do not fully address the need for rapid muscle activation. Isometric exercises, which involve holding a position without movement, offer a unique advantage. They challenge the nervous system in a way that encourages greater recruitment of fast-twitch muscle fibers, even when using relatively low levels of resistance. The single-leg wall sit is especially effective because it combines strength, balance, and neuromuscular control in a single movement. By holding the body in a stable position while one leg bears most of the load, the muscles must work continuously to maintain posture and stability. Studies comparing various lower body exercises have found that isometric wall sit variations can generate exceptionally high levels of muscle activation in the quadriceps. Researchers have also observed improvements in balance recovery and stabilization ability, suggesting that individuals become better equipped to regain control after a sudden loss of balance. In practical terms, this means developing a faster and more effective response when a stumble or misstep occurs. Rather than simply building stronger muscles, the exercise helps train the body to react more efficiently in situations where balance is challenged. Another benefit of isometric training is its potential effect on cardiovascular health. Research has shown that regularly holding exercises such as wall sits may contribute to reductions in resting blood pressure over time. This makes the movement valuable not only for strength and stability, but also as part of a broader approach to healthy aging. Although it lacks the excitement of gym machines or advanced workout equipment, the single-leg wall sit delivers benefits that directly support mobility, balance, strength, and independence. Its simplicity is precisely what makes it accessible and effective for many older adults seeking to maintain an active lifestyle. The potential benefits extend beyond muscle strength alone. Improvements in blood pressure have been observed in individuals who consistently perform isometric exercises, making this type of training valuable for both mobility and cardiovascular wellness. The body functions as an interconnected system, and when one area becomes stronger and more efficient, positive effects often appear throughout the entire body. One older adult who had experienced significant mobility challenges following a neurological event struggled with confidence in a weaker leg despite completing extensive rehabilitation. While progress had been made, daily movement still felt uncertain, and every step required conscious attention. After gradually introducing single-leg wall sits and progressing at a comfortable pace, a noticeable change occurred over the following weeks. Walking became smoother, movement felt more natural, and confidence slowly returned. The greatest improvement was not simply increased strength, but the ability to move without constantly worrying about balance or instability. To perform the exercise safely, stand with your back against a wall and slowly slide downward until your knees are bent to approximately 90 degrees, as though you are sitting in an invisible chair. Shift most of your weight onto one leg while lifting the opposite foot slightly off the floor. Hold the position while maintaining steady breathing and good posture. Begin with holds of 15 to 20 seconds per side and gradually work toward 45 to 60 seconds as strength improves. If the single leg variation feels too difficult at first, start with a traditional wall sit using both feet and progress gradually over several weeks. Perform the exercise 2 to 3 times per week, allowing adequate recovery between sessions. A feeling of muscle fatigue or burning in the thighs is expected during the hold. However, sharp pain within the knee or hip joints should not be ignored. In that case, the exercise should be modified or discontinued until proper guidance is obtained. To further support strength development, some older adults choose to combine resistance training with creatine monohydrate supplementation. Research suggests that creatine may help enhance muscle mass and strength gains when paired with regular exercise. As with any supplement, it is important to consult a healthcare professional before beginning use, particularly for individuals with existing medical conditions or those taking medications. Before finishing, it is important to remember one simple truth. Many people begin noticing changes in their legs as they get older. Stairs feel a little harder. Balance feels less automatic. Walking long distances requires more effort. These experiences are common, but they do not have to define the years ahead. The human body retains an incredible capacity to adapt throughout life. Muscles can become stronger, balance can improve, mobility can increase, confidence can return. Age may influence the pace of progress, but it does not eliminate the body's ability to respond to consistent effort. The individuals who experience the greatest improvements are rarely extraordinary athletes or fitness enthusiasts. More often, they are ordinary people who commit to taking small, consistent actions week after week. They understand that meaningful change does not come from perfection. It comes from persistence. Every step taken today is an investment in future independence. Every exercise session is an opportunity to strengthen not only muscles, but also confidence, stability, and quality of life. The opportunity to build stronger legs, improve balance, and move with greater freedom is still available. The next chapter of strength, mobility, and independence can begin with the choices made today.